What's up, everybody? I want to welcome y'all to the channel. I am Simply Tony. This is STP.
Thursday, February 22nd, 2024. I'm Dave Anthony. The next Republican contest is in 2 days in South Carolina. And another big Trump victory is expected over Nikki Haley.
Where can she start winning? I think that is a question that comes Saturday night, she needs to answer. What is her path to win this nomination that she is still vying for?
I'm Jessica Rosenthal. The cost of home buying has soared, and while some may wait for a rate change, others are moving out of state in order to buy.
The fact that the Gen Z generation is relocating to places like West Virginia just shows you, like, they are looking for affordability.
And I'm Jimmy Fallon. I've got the final word on the Fox News Rundown.
South Carolina is the next stop on the Republican road to the White House. And even though former President Trump has a big lead in the polls there, Nikki Haley tells Fox she's going to stay in the race regardless.
So we're going to continue to run through the tape and do everything we can to show people that, look, you don't have to settle for Trump and Biden. We can do better.
And part of her reason to keep running? The legal issues that keep plaguing the former president.
He's going to be in court March, April, May, and June. By his own words, he's going to be spending more time in a courtroom than he will on the campaign trail. That is not how Republicans win.
Former President Trump.
It doesn't matter if he's on the campaign trail or not. He's already got most of our votes. It doesn't matter.
Paul with Laura Ingraham Tuesday night.
I don't think she knows how to get out, actually. I really don't. She did terribly in New Hampshire. She got the only vote she got was from Democrats.
But she has a lot of money behind her. What do they think they're
Well, they're trying to hurt me because of the general election, so the Democrats are giving her money, and she's playing into the game.
As for his legal issues, the former president again called it all election interference.
We are turning into a communist country in many ways, and if you look at it, I'm the leading candidate. I got indicted. I never heard of being indicted before. I got indicted 4 times.
Despite all that, another big Trump victory may be looming on Saturday.
Trump's lead hasn't changed essentially from the summer. It's hovered right around 20 to 30 points. I expect it to be in somewhere in that range.
Matt Gorman is vice president of Targeted Victory, and he was a senior campaign advisor to Senator Tim Scott, who dropped out of the presidential race last fall.
Last month on Meet the Press, she said that she would need to do better in South Carolina than she did New Hampshire, which is about 11 points. And so at some point, she needs to start winning these things. It's like the Ric Flair said, right? You want to be the man, you got to beat the man. And she needs to start beating the man.
It's tough, though, even though it is her home state, and she used to be the governor of South Carolina. There are polls that say that former President Trump could somewhere get 65% or something like that in the turnout. However, Nikki Haley does have one benefit that she also had in New Hampshire. In South Carolina, voters are just registered voters, not by party. In the Democratic primary 3 weeks ago, only 4% of registered voters showed up. Of course, President Biden had an easy win. But that means that there are Democrats who didn't vote then who can vote on Saturday. Do you think that could give her a boost bigger than we think?
It can. I think getting Democrats to vote in a Republican primary is always a challenge. Now, there's been, ever since she left the governor's mansion, about 600,000 new voters have come into the state, a lot of them around COVID. And a lot of those folks, they're higher income, have a college degree or above, so they're prime for possibly, Nikki to pick off here if she can narrow that margin. Again, the expectation is, 20 to 30 points. If she could shrink that margin and, she could sell the narrative that she's closing the gap. But that's on her to be able to do that. And we'll see, I guess, on Saturday night if she's able to do it.
She has said, regardless of what happens Saturday, she's going to wake up Sunday still running for president. We have Michigan with a combination of caucuses and a primary coming up next week. Then we have Super Tuesday on March 5th. There's like 16 contests that day. Why wouldn't she wait and keep going?
One thing which most folks who are in her position, right, they'd be lacking for money. Nikki clearly is not. She has the infrastructure and the money to run these races across the Super Tuesday states. And so now it's a sprint to get to, you're right, March 5th and the states there. And you can kind of keep continuing to run.